Hi guys, in today's video I'm going to be analysing 4 of my clips from ranked gameplay, and I'm going to be delivering 4 bits of analysis on what you should not do on ranked, especially if you're stuck in, say, the bronze to low gold category and you're trying to separate yourself from the rest, especially as a solo queuer. How I'm going to do this is before every clip, I'm going to explain what happens, what I do right, but more importantly, what the enemy team does wrong. And then I'm going to show you the clip, let you watch it for yourself without me talking, and hopefully you can see what I was saying before in action. If you do enjoy the video, please like and subscribe, and also please leave me a comment and let me know what you think. Maybe you have some suggestions of your own that help to separate you from the other players in silver and gold, and what helps you progress even further, which is what I'm trying to do at the moment. In this first clip, you're going to see a really poor example of information gathering and droning. In fact, the enemy team don't seem to be droning at all. I'm playing Legion on Theme Park and I'm conducting a sort of a shallow roam. The first guy I encounter completely neglects to drone and for whatever reason just gambles that he will be entering the building safely, giving me an easy camp kill. This is just incredibly lazy, and in all honesty, he deserved to die for that. The next person I fight also seems completely oblivious. He's peeking a window and seems almost shocked when I sneak up on the window and kill him. This tells me that the enemy team aren't giving callouts, aren't gathering information, and probably aren't droning at all. Even if you're solo queuing, making callouts is really important, and also listening for them. And if your teammates aren't doing this, just make sure to preserve your drones and drone extensively before even considering entering a building. In this clip, I'm literally roaming around at my leisure, and to be honest, at the higher levels that just would not be the case. They could have dealt with me so easily if they had made callouts, and then they could have isolated me and killed me very early in the round.
Just a little prick.
Deploying barricade!
One op 4 remaining.
In this next clip, you're going to see an enemy team who are completely playing as individuals. They're only thinking about their own game, picking operators such as Vigil and Cav simply because they are probably their mains and they know they can frag out with them. They're not thinking about team balance, what objective they're playing, and what site they are defending. And because of this, I managed to go for a really easy plant into penthouse on coastline by simply blowing the hatch above the bathroom, because I know from the prep phase and from a drone that I start to conduct early in the round that there was no one actually on site. There is actually a smoke who could have completely shut down my strategy, but he wasn't doing his job properly, as a plant denier. Guys, solo queuing does not mean you just ignore your team. It just means you often have to compensate when your team makes poor team decisions, such as picking bad operators, roaming too heavily, or not defending the site properly. You will go up the ranks more quickly if you start thinking about the bigger picture, and this starts with thinking about the team. Think about it. In this clip you're going to see, we were 5-3 down, but in the end it was one of my easiest wins using a very basic strategy because the enemy were not playing as a team and were not defending the site properly. If 2 of the players on the enemy team had just thought, let's pick one anchor who can hold long angles such as Rook or Doc, and one who can deny the plant such as Maestro, Smoke or Echo, the round would have been far more competitive.
Got it. I've just been hit. I might be able to plant here. I can't see anyone on the site. I don't think there's anyone on site.
Go for it.
Bomb diffusion initiated. Protect the diffuser. Op 4 last stop standing.
The next clip is all about shooting, which is a very complex art on this game, and it can sometimes be really difficult to know what you're doing wrong. In this clip, my enemies all make similar mistakes, in that they all peek wide angles on defense and expose too much of their bodies. The first person you see me fight doesn't seem to expect me to be around the corner, and because of that, he exposes a lot of his body before realizing that I'm actually there. He is playing Alibi, who has a pretty weak gun, and I'm using Zophia's assault rifle with an ACOG scope, so I already had the advantage, but because his body was exposed, I had even more of an advantage. The second guy is actually a little bit better, I think he's playing a Legion, but he still exposes a large chunk of his body and his head to me. He could have been much tighter to cover and peeked a much narrower angle, leaving less of his body exposed, and in that case it would have been closer to a 50-50 fight. And remember, as a defender he doesn't have to commit anyway, it's me that has to force the attack. With the third guy, this is probably the worst example. It's actually quite a poor push from me. My scope isn't up, I'm also walking over barbed wire and I don't know where the mirror is. Bearing that in mind, there was no need for this player to expose his entire body to me. The player could have simply waited behind cover and then peeked me from a tight angle. Considering I didn't know where he was, it would have been very difficult for me. He had every advantage in that situation, plus he was using Mira, who has a really good gun, but he handed the advantage straight to me when he left the cover. The simple lesson from watching this next clip is, be more disciplined on defense especially, and make yourself harder to hit by staying tight to cover and not exposing your body.
securing the container. Seconds remaining. Op 4 last operator standing. 10 seconds remaining. Hostile activity inside the threat. 5 seconds left. Op 4 eliminated.
This next clip is actually quite boring, but there's a really important message in this clip. It's probably the most important of all the clips I've shown today. When you are picking operators, especially on defense, don't make it about kills all the time. Make it about utility and what your job is actually going to be. In the next clip, I'm playing as Smoke, and I've decided that I'm going to hold yellow stairs above the garage. That is my job. That is what I'm going to do. I'm not going to allow any attackers to attack from yellow stairs. I've picked Smoke to try and deny anyone who comes, whether that be from above or any of the windows. And I actually play quite poorly. I think I was having quite a poor game that day anyway. But although I didn't get any kills, I stopped, I think, 2 or 3 attackers from being able to push from yellow stairs. That means I did my job. I played well. My teammates may not appreciate what I did because it was quite subtle and understated, but I did indeed stop anyone from pushing from that area. And in the end, the enemy team basically ran out of time, and I was responsible for a lot of that. That is the key with this clip. I'm not bothered about kills. At the end of the day, I didn't get any kills, but I did get the win. If I had gone chasing after kills, which I could have done a couple of times really, I might have died. And to be honest, even if I killed 2 people and then someone refragged onto me, but then their whole team pushed from yellow stairs and won the match, that would be my fault. So remember, when you're picking your operators and defending a site, or even attacking a site, remember what your job is. Not how many kills you get, what your job is.
Door is blocked! Our toxic babes are in position! Nest ready! Smoke incoming! Babes in position.
Seconds. 10 seconds left. 5 seconds to go.
that's going to be it for today's video, guys. If you have enjoyed it, please like and also subscribe to see more content like this in the future. Also comment and let me know what you think.